the delegates' presentations, I suppose. We will be going from India to Ukraine. We've got a participant from India and 3 participants from Ukraine. So we'll be straddling 2 continents. So I look forward to the delegates making their presentations. May I call upon Ms. Sumit to give her presentation about a very interesting topic on ethnobotany. Thank you very much. Ms. Sumit, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Namaskar. We can hear you.
Namaskar, sir.
Please go ahead.
Is my screen visible, sir?
Nahin, dikh raha. We can see your screen. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Please go ahead, Ms. Sumit.
It's stuck ho gaya thoda sa ek minute. Just yes. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sumit from Department of Botany, Common College, Chamba, Himachal Pradesh, India. The topic of my presentation is understanding the role of ecosystem services through traditional medicinal knowledge and ethnobotanical perspective. Ethnobotany is a useful relationship between plants and humans. It includes both wild and domesticated plants. India has more than 45,000 species, of which 15,000 species are endemic to our country. Here, the people worship the various elements of Mother Nature to express their in-depthness for sustaining them. At present, about 1,500 species are being used in Ayurveda. About ecosystem services, we know that these are the services provided by various ecosystems to the people, like grassland ecosystem, forest ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem. They provide benefits like pollination to the crops, clean air, fresh water, and also human mental and physical well-being. Medicinal plants are listed as ecosystem service in the United Nations Millennium Ecosystem Assessment of 2005. Chamba district is a rich repository of medicinal plants and precious herbs. The inhabitants of our district have been using medicinal plants and herbs to cure various ailments for thousands of years. This traditional knowledge is at the verge of extinction as due to modernization, the transmission between the older and younger generation no longer exists. It has been estimated that an average of 1 in 10 species of bestial plants on this earth are endangered due to unplanned human activities. Therefore, sincere efforts should be made by all to conserve the rich Himalayan biological and cultural diversity. The present paper is a humble attempt to document the social ethnical knowledge of our district about their plants and uses thereof in their daily life. This is my study area, the map of Chamba district, and the area shown in a red circle is my study area. The territory is wholly mountainous with altitude ranging from 600 to 6,500 meters. About methodology, ethnobotanical field surveys were undertaken to various rural pockets of Chamba developmental block of district Chamba in Himachal Pradesh in 2007 as work of my MPhil dissertation. First-hand information on medicinal plants were collected through interviews from traditional practitioners, which are known as VAG, and family heads, housewives, and eminent persons of the community. The species were identified with the help of regional floras, and information was screened with the help of available literature. About my results, the plant Acorus calamus is one of the important plant of our district. It is known as barya. The rhizome is applied to the area which is affected by rheumatism, and also the decoction of rhizome is given in asthma. The dried rhizome is tied to the chest of infants to protect them from cold and cough during winters. This plant is Agave americana. It is known as ramban. Century plant कहते हैं इसको. Dry leaf powder is given in kidney and liver diseases. This is Artemisia vulgaris. Charmer is the vernacular name. Infusion of leaves is given for dispersing yellow bile of jaundice from the skin. And plant is considered as anthelmintic also. Berberis aristata, it's known as kasmal. Plant decoction is used to wash sores and ulcers. This is cannabis sativa, known as bhang. This plant is dedicated to Lord Shiva. Leaf juice is poured in ear to relieve earache and headache. And dried leaf powder is also used in spasmodic cough and asthma. Catharanthus roseus is known as Sadabahar. Leaves infusion is given in diarrhea and diabetes. And also the flowers of this plant is eaten in diabetes. Euphorbia hirta is known as dudli, and plant decoction is used as gargle for treating mouth and throat infection. Crushed leaves are applied over cuts to stop bleeding. Justicia adatoda is another important plant. It is known as basuti. Decoction of the leaves and roots of this plant along with the ginger is given for all types of coughs, and juice extracted from the leaves is also give relief from diarrhea and dysentery, and fresh leaves are also chewed to cure piles. Melia as a direct is known as the rake, and berries are used to treat leprosy and tuberculosis. Poultice of leaves is used in the skin diseases, and also it is used to kill head lice. This is Nerium indicum, and Caner is the vernacular name. Decoction of the flowers is applied on head to kill lice, and also the leaves and bark powder is used as antidote for snake bite. Ocimum seductum is tulsi, and leaf juice is mixed with honey is used to treat bad cough. Also, its infusion of the leaves is given in gastric disorders in children. Opuntia linalai is a nagpani, and fresh juice of this plant is applied over ulcers and itchy skin and warts and boils. Tunica granatum is known as daru locally, and juice of fresh leaves and young fruits is given in dysentery and diarrhea. Decoction of the bark is used as gargle for the sore throat, and chutney of the seeds is given to control vomiting. Ricinus communis is known as erin, and poultice of leaves is applied locally in rheumatism and headaches. Seed oil is used as laxative. This is Rubus rotundifolus is the synonym name, and akhre is the vernacular name. Locally it is known as akhre. The fruits are given in diarrhea. Leaf juices with honey is given in fevers. Also it is eaten as wild fruit. This is Solanum nigrum. It is kaya, and poultice of leaves and applied locally for rheumatism and in spraying also. Artica dioica is known as N. It is used as vegetable. Boiled leaves are given to promote flow of urine. Decoction of the leaves is used to cure skin diseases, and also the leaves are applied to knee to relieve knee pains. Viola canescens is banaksha, and decoction of the leaves and flowers is given in cough, malarial fever, and pulmonary troubles. Vitex nigundo is the third important plant of our district. It is known as bana. Fermentation of leaves is applied on swollen joints and for rheumatism. The leaves are boiled in water, and that water is used to give first bath to the ladies after childbirth. It is considered that water gives strength to their bones. Vidania somnifera is known as asgan, and a spoonful of powdered root is given in all kinds of weaknesses. Coming to my conclusion, it is clear from the study that the rural inhabitants of our block are using wild as well as cultivated plants for their sustenance and healthcare needs. These plants are used for the treatment to cure so many ailments. This is the table showing the diseases and the plants used for diseases. For example, Artemisia vulgaris is used as anthelmintic. Acorus calamus, Justicia adatoda, Cannabis sativa is used in asthma. Melia as a direct is used as blood purifier. Opuntia delani is used in boils. Viola canescens is used in chest infections. Justicia adatoda, Cannabis sativa, Ocimum seductum, and Viola canescens is used in cough and cold. Catharanthus roseus is used in diabetes. Justicia adatoda, Catharanthus roseus, Tunica granatum, and Rubus ellipticus is used in diarrhea. Artica dioica is diuretic. Justicia adatoda, Tunica granatum is used in dysentery, and Cannabis sativa in earache. Some other plants also, for example, Osmium senectum is used in gastrointestinal disorders. Vidania somnifera is in general weakness. Then Acorus calamus, Ricinus communis, Vitex nigundo is used in joint diseases like rheumatism and arthritis. Agave americana is used in kidney disorders. Melia azedarac and Medium indicum is used to kill head lice. Artica dioica is used to relieve knee pain. Ricinus communis is used as laxative. Melia azedarac is used in leprosy. Agave americana is used in liver ailments. Euphorbia heta and Punica granatum is used to cure mouth diseases. Justicia adhatoda is used to cure piles. Melia azedarac, Artica dioica is used in skin inflammations, and Nereum indicum is used in snake bite. Melia azedarac and Solanum nigrum is also used to relieve sprains. Melia azedarac is used in tuberculosis. Berberis aristata and Solanum nigrum is used in ulcers. These medicines are can be used in the form of decoction or in the form of infusion or tea, or they may be used directly in fresh. People use these plants as cure because their elders told them, and because these are readily available and cheap too. Even the World Health Organization is advocating the use of these traditional medicines in primary healthcare needs to achieve the goal health for all. Therefore, all possible efforts should be made to popularize this age-old knowledge of traditional medicine before it is lost forever. Because if we promote the use of traditional medicines, we can help in the upliftment of the traditional healers economically, and also it will help the people living in the remote areas who are still deprived of the modern medicinal facilities. These are the references, and thank you. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
to hear all the botanical names and the uses of these plants. I mean, many of them are also, excepting a few, many of them are also distributed throughout the country, you know, and
Yes,
and it's so important to have these growing in the backyard so that they can be a sort of a ready source of traditional medicine for small ailments. It's amazing. Thank you very much for your presentation, Sumit. It's